Hello, everybody. We are just here before the show starts to let you know about something pretty exciting.
Very exciting. It is the Women in Podcasting Awards.
Whoa.
And
what?
I know we joke about awards all the time on this podcast, but this is not a joke. It is a real award that we are very excited about, but we need your help.
Yes. So we are nominated for the award. If you can vote for us, you can do so by clicking the link in the description or heading to totesrecall.com between August 1st and October 1st. You can go over there, vote for me and Molly, your favorite women in podcasting.
Yeah. And you can be like, they pass the Bechdel Wallace all the time, even though they're not a movie and they're a podcast. You know what? They don't ask you details. All they want to do is for you to vote. And listen, I know these voting things can be, it takes a little effort. And we truly appreciate that you've been listening this long, and we would love your support.
Thank you so much. And now, time for the show. Totes Recall.
Welcome to Totes Recall, the podcast where we talk about a movie we can't remember. Push pause on the recording, eat 2 pizzas and 2 salads, thank you patrons, while watching the movie we just discussed. Come back, unpause the recording, talk once again about the movie now we've just watched it. What did we get right and wrong? How does it hold up in the current year? Who's the biggest name in Hollywood? My name is Dan.
You're doing so well.
I know.
You kind of turned into Ryan Seacrest for a second. This is Molly.
I'm also Dan.
And I'm Beth.
And our movie, this very special episode.
What is special about it?
Oh, we're doing a movie from across the pond.
Ooh, okay.
And that movie is Bend It Like Beckham.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
So excited.
A movie I have seen on a plane.
Oh.
Wow.
I also saw it on a plane.
Ooh.
Is it too soon to jump in?
No.
I
at
saw
all.
it in theaters
Who cares
and
what
loved
Dan
it.
thinks?
I know, right? And then I was on a
Wow.
plane, I don't know, whatever, years later.
Yeah.
And it was playing.
Wait, you saw it before plane?
I saw
Okay.
pre-plane.
Pre-plane.
Okay.
And then I was on plane.
Yep.
And it was back in the days when plane showed everyone the same movie.
Oh, was it on a personal TV or was it when a projection screen came
think
down?
It was
Great question.
both. I don't remember. I think it was a projection screen.
One of the
Anyway, so
shitty
we're all
TVs in the
watching
aisle. Sorry.
same movie.
Same plane, same movie.
Same plane, same movie, at least in coach. Who knows what was going on up there in first class.
Probably had Keira
they-
Knightley doing a live reading.
Oh, man. Anyway, they played Bend It Like Beckham, and because of they had some trouble getting it to start, the flight was shorter than the movie.
Oh, the worst.
no.
And so typically what happens is the plane lands and, that's it.
Yeah.
But the plane landed and then they started playing the end of the movie. And I shit you not, people sat in their seats to get that last few minutes of the movie.
Wow.
And sometimes, people are kind of gathering
Sure.
their things up, but
They were like keeping their
Yeah.
but
headphones
it
on.
was so good and it was so cathartic to get to the end of that movie. And it's just, I hope this holds up as much as my heart thinks it will.
Was there a twist on the classic applause when the plane lands
Yeah.
when they turn the movie back on?
Yeah.
Nice.
There was applause then and there was applause when the movie ended.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
awesome. What an
I
experience.
miss shared experience.
What a viewing experience.
But I don't think there are many movies that would have elicited that kind of enthusiasm.
Sure.
That applause when a plane lands
It's so
kind of bums
weird.
me out.
Yeah.
'Cause it feels like we're celebrating we didn't die.
And it also to me feels like, did you think it was like a pretty high chance of it not working out? Or
Is that what people are applauding?
I don't know.
Sometimes I think it's like good job on the landing because landing the
Oh,
plane.
smooth
is-
landing.
Yeah.
Smooth landing. Yeah.
That makes way more sense.
Especially if it's like a weird or rough landing.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
think it's like,
But I mean, definitely if you're like in a lot of turbulence, people are like, oh, thank God
Sure,
this is
sure,
done.
sure.
Yeah.
but it's still creepy. I'm with you. I always say thank you to the flight crew on my way out.
Oh, for sure.
Sure.
Wow.
Me too. I mean,
But not like, I don't like
Sorry,
stop
I didn't mean
and
to
like,
virtue signal. I'm just saying it's,
I don't
Yeah, I
stop and like do a big breath and like put my hand on their arm and be like, thank you.
yeah, I don't, yeah. Usually I'm I hate flying because I'm over 6'4". But I've never like been like sir or madam. But let's be honest.
Or they.
Yeah, but I don't know if I've ever
Pilot.
seen. Yeah, pilot. There you go. Pilot. I'd like to shake your hand.
Pilot on plane.
Pilot on plane.
Plane pilot. I'd
Thanks
like
for
to
moving.
Thank you for moving plane.
Yeah, you know me.
What?
POP.
Pilot on plane.
Yeah, you know me.
Nice.
Yep.
Anyway, my point is, I usually just give a little like Minnesota like nod and mouth thank you.
Oh, sure.
To any of the crew that I make eye contact with as I'm getting out of the plane.
Yeah.
And now the cleaning crew comes on so quickly.
I know.
You couldn't watch the end of a movie these days.
They'd clean you up out of the seat.
Yeah.
What movie is it that you watched?
Bend It Like Beckham.
Thank you, Beth.
Good job, Beth.
Way to bend us back.
To the topic.
Dan, Beth, have you seen this movie?
I saw this movie when I was probably junior high.
What vehicle were you in?
VHS.
Lori?
Earth.
I was on the planet Earth,
Great
moving
answer.
through space.
Great
wow.
answer.
I think I saw it at a friend's house, like probably a sleepover kind of
Yeah, that was a good
movie.
sleepover movie.
Good choice.
Okay.
Kind of long, though.
I didn't know what bending it meant.
I still don't.
I didn't really know what Beckham meant
Whoa.
Wow.
at that point in time. I mean, I knew.
Yeah. No,
I
hear ya.
didn't really know who he was.
It's Victoria's husband.
Well, but not at that time, I don't think, right?
Oh, yeah. It
Oh.
was pre.
I think it was before they got married, and then
She's a
Yeah.
Spice Girl.
She was a
We
Yes.
should make that
Yes.
clear for people.
Victoria Beckham.
The posh Spice,
Posh
I
Spice?
believe.
Is that correct?
Posh. Oh,
Spice.
absolutely.
Nice.
Hmm.
I didn't know what posh meant
Oh,
while we're making confessions.
I probably didn't either. If I'm thinking about the
It's
first
just
time
like
I
at a
heard of the Spice
sleepover.
Girls, I'm like, I probably had no idea what
There
that
were
meant.
two Mels that will almost always be on a crossword.
Oh.
Really?
Wow.
A very
Mel C and
popular
Mel B,
clue.
am I right? Is that right?
What
yes.
did you say?
Mel C and Mel B.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Jeez.
I heard BC BLB, and I was like, I'm.
BLT.
CBGBs.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry. So, we've gotten through
So
that.
Beth was
Beth has
watching.
seen it.
That was a BLT and watch it.
Yeah. Oh, I probably was. I love
Hurtling through
BLTs.
space.
Baking it like Beckham.
Attaboy.
Lettuce,
Okay.
tomato.
And now, okay, here's what I'm trying to remember. Like, is this Keira Knightley's first movie, or is this after Pirates of the Caribbean
I think
fame?
it's before.
Okay, so
That's Molly's
it's probably like
bet.
the first time that I saw her in a movie.
Yeah.
They play soccer.
Nice.
Yeah. I only know Keira Knightley's in it because I looked at the GIF that Dan posted.
Wait, before we go on, Dan, have you seen this movie?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I'm
you're in for a treat.
pretty sure I haven't because I don't know anything about it, but it's one of those movies that I feel like came out at a time where it could have just been on at a social gathering.
Yeah.
You know what I
it
mean?
was on cable all the time.
Yeah. But I also, now I'm questioning, like Beth was saying, like where this is in the Knightley oeuvre, because I definitely knew who she was.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm trying to figure out how that would be possible.
Oh, was she in she was in some, old-timey movie.
Was this post Love Actually?
Oh.
No, she's so young in this, though.
She is, but she's playing young.
Isn't she in like a Jane Austen?
Oh, probably.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking.
maybe.
I would bet this is post.
Like Pride and Prejudice?
Wasn't that one? Wasn't her
No.
Pride and Prejudice way later?
Oh,
This is
boy.
a nightmare.
yeah. But she's not even the main lady, right?
But she's on the poster.
She is one of two BFFs,
Yeah.
but she's not the main lady.
But she's the white one. That's why we're
She's-
talking about her.
Oh, no.
Oh,
That's
come
probably
on,
true.
man.
I mean, it is true.
I don't know who the other actor is.
I don't know her name, but she is like a big deal.
Okay.
Is she?
Continues to be? Or was at the time?
I don't know. She's a big deal in the movie, and I
Okay.
am dying that I cannot remember
I
her
felt like
name.
she was the main character. I think she's
She's definitely the
Is she
main
the one
character.
who's
Yeah,
trying
oh,
to bend it?
of South Asian. descent.
Yes.
Yes.
And yeah. And this is Mm-hmm.
She's trying to bend it.
Okay, here's what I know about this movie.
Should we do
Oh, yes, we should.
Union Strong Totes Prequel?
Ooh,
Absolutely.
I love it. Yep.
Who's doing it?
Me.
Sounds like just
I've
Dan.
never seen it.
Okay.
Okay.
All time. Ha ha.
Thank you so much.
You can't stop me from calling out random
I know.
times.
That's true.
I know. Mute her microphone,
And
Beth.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right. We open on England somewhere, probably London or somewhere near London, where there's a cute house and grass. There is a young lady of South Asian heritage who is into soccer. She is probably getting bullied by white people because it is a movie. where there are white people, and it's in one of the colonial powers of history. Her parents are like, why are you focusing on this
30 seconds.
game that is so stressful for you? You should be focusing on school work or something. She befriends Keira Knightley's character because, I don't know, some meet cute where she gets hit in the face with a ball or something. I'm going to say she gets hit in the face by Keira Knightley's ball, and then she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And then they have a mutual thing of soccer. They become friends.
10 seconds.
But there's some sort of cultural clash, and maybe her family has a problem with Keira Knightley, or her family has a problem with other lady, and they learn how to bend it like Beckham, and they're best friends.
Time.
Wow. That is 100% Utah.
Oh, thank you.
Of course.
I would add to that, there's a love triangle
Ooh.
with
Love
the
that.
coach.
The coach?
Oh my gosh.
No.
Oh, no.
Are they children?
But they're older children, and he's young.
How
Okay,
young?
Molly.
No, I think.
How young is young?
Oh wait, now I'm not.
Are they
think that's
like
right.
college age?
No, because they
Oh.
want to go to. They at the end. I think they want to go to.
Uni-age.
Oh,
Nice.
excuse
Thank
me.
you, Dan. Thank you for calling us
They
in.
want to go to the U.S. because back then,
Oh.
I'm getting a chill thinking about this. There was a women's football/soccer option in the U.S. that went under after this movie came up, and now it's returning.
Oh.
But yeah, they
Like there was a league, you mean? Like a whole structured...
And
yeah, there was a.
WSL. I don't know.
I don't remember. I wasn't that keyed into any sport.
Sure.
But yeah. But yeah, anyway, so because that sort of becomes bittersweet when you watch the movie like 5 years later, because you're like, oh, at the end of this movie, they're like going to LA or whatever.
Spoilers.
But my impression is they're very late high school, and I think the coach is like 19 or something.
I see.
Like very young. They're
Okay.
close in age.
Is it like...
We'll
So
see.
it's not just like a perceived love triangle where like the two of them have a big old crush and they know the other one has a crush as well. He's also like into it, kind of.
There are mostly crushes.
Okay.
I think maybe there's some kiss.
Okay.
Maybe some kiss.
Maybe
There's a
some
little
kiss.
kiss.
Maybe some
But there
kiss.
is definitely culture clashes.
Right.
Lots of pressure around family. I'm not doing sports at all.
Okay.
And I think she gets discovered because she's playing in a park with kids.
Is she
And just
Bending
like,
it?
she do you know what bending it means?
Not at all.
Okay. So bending it like Beckham is taking a penalty kick from the corner
Okay.
and having it arch towards the goal.
A corner kick?
Corner kick. Is that what I said?
Okay.
That's what I meant
You
to say.
said corner.
You
Yeah.
said a penalty kick from the corner.
Well,
That's different
is
than a corner kick.
What?
Corner kick is when the opposing team kicks it out of the line closest to the goal, right? The team whose goal it
Oh.
is kicks it out of that line, which I'm sure has a name.
Uh-huh.
Then the offensive team gets to kick it from the very corner.
Well, none of this was on Ted
How is
Lasso,
this?
so I don't know what you're talking about.
penalty. It's not. It's just that the ball rolled out of. Oh, great. Good
A
to know.
penalty would be
Well,
when a penalty
so
happens,
is
and then
this-
it's in a different place.
Is this a
penalty-
thing
on the
here's-
pitch.
Got.
Oh,
Oh,
very
yeah.
good. I don't know why you're pointing at me.
You've watched soccer.
You
I've
watched
watched it.
football.
It's true.
Footy.
I've watched it before. No big deal.
Nice. I have a question.
Yes.
Is bending it, is this something like I know David Beckham is, a very famous, very talented soccer player at this time and past this time.
Yeah.
Was this a particular move he was known for, or is it just a fun title for a movie?
My impression from the movie
Uh-huh.
is that it's like his signature move,
I
just
see.
like Simone Biles has moves that
Sure.
are named for her.
Named for, yeah.
Yeah.
The Biles. That's what they're called.
Quick
Good
peek
job, Dan.
behind my curtain, and also peek behind when we're recording this. When we were watching the most recent women's gymnastics finals, every time Simone Biles went up and started doing anything impressive, which was anything,
Yeah.
I would shout to my wife, "She's biling! She's biling!"
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to St. Paul SUNY.
Yeah,
Oh,
local
man.
reference.
So great.
Also, here's my other gymnastics take.
Great.
Love gymnastics.
Yeah.
They're so good at doing gymnastics.
Yes,
It's dumb they have to dance during the floor routine.
Oh,
it's
so true.
corny.
it's weird, right?
It's weird that the women have to do more dancing than the men, and it's like they'll do the most amazing flips you've ever seen, and then
Do
like
a weird little
then like
shoulder.
a 201 dance recital in between, and I'm like, just
yeah, because they're
get rid of it.
trying to do. I know, and I think even on the beam, where they do these incredible work, and then they have to
they're like
flutter
poses,
their
right?
arms
Yeah.
and do poses and stuff. I just feel the sport has advanced beyond its origins.
Sure.
And I think the origin was more like grace and dance and stuff, but it was also much simpler.
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
It's interesting, like, because we watched, I enjoy artistic swimming.
Oh, yeah.
And there's the same kind of vibe there. There's a lot of,
Is that different? Hold on, real quick for dummies. Is that different from synchronized swimming?
No, they renamed it because people were like, why aren't they synchronized?
They're like, those two are moving different.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
So they renamed it to artistic swimming with the hopes that people would kind of, I guess, compare it to like artistic gymnastics.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're both like performative. They're performance and sport at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it totally is like, it's a weird thing because it's part of the sport. Like you learn how to do that when you're learning how to do that sport.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it does feel kind of like, really? Do you have to? I don't know.
That said, we watched the rhythmic gymnastics or whatever it's called, where they have all the props.
Oh, sure.
The
ribbon and stuff.
yeah. And some of those girls had
Girls?
Are they 16?
Some of them are younger
The
than
one that I'm thinking of
18-year-old.
was 16.
Lady child is
Lady
how
child,
we
sorry.
She's a
so
lady
sorry.
child. Okay.
on this podcast.
That's
we
right.
say
I
lady
forgot.
child.
I'm so sorry. Thank you for reminding me. One particular lady child, especially, was having like they had such fun music choices and like leaning into those music choices that it was a delight to watch them perform, regardless of all the amazing shit they were doing. Just because they're just like, oh, they are very much like. I am doing this using the song Thriller. I am incorporating the weird zombie dance while doing these incredible feats. And it was
Great.
delightful.
I'm into that. I love the Olympics, I should say.
What a joy. But also, settle down, IOC, every time.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
every
sure.
time.
You're so corrupt, you monsters.
Yeah. Breaking school as hell, though.
Oh, that was fun.
I'm sorry. Well, this is about the movie Bend It Like Beckham. But real quick. We turned on the breaking something. I think it was like a qualifier or something.
Yeah.
And at least half of the judges were wearing bucket hats. And I loved everything about it.
Yeah.
But that's a good example of one is like they weren't necessarily like needing to smile during the
Right.
act.
No, totally.
But that like your facial expression is kind of part of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's
It was-
interesting.
I was reading about it, and there was apparently one of the penalties you could get in breaking was for, quote, overt crassness, which rules.
Okay. What else happens in this movie? Honestly, I don't remember anything more than what Dan said.
Are there
don't
any
either.
other, like, significant teen characters?
There's
got
her
her.
best friend,
Who's best friend?
our main character's
Okay.
best friend.
Who is
And
not Keira Knightley.
who's not Keira
Are they even
Knightley.
friends at all? Or is
They're
there, like,
teammates.
just a big rivalry for the whole movie until
Keira
later?
Knightley is probably the fancy one who's already on the team.
Yeah.
Who's like, you can't come on the team. You're short.
Hey, I'm already. I say we already have a forward. She has a tiny mouth. That's it. You got to talk like she has a tiny mouth.
She has a very particular, I guess, posh way of speaking.
Enunciating.
But she plays like a
Claire's
posh
teeth.
kid, right? It's like her parents are very
I see.
Protestant, I guess. I don't know how else to explain it. But no, she has a wide network of friends and family, and you mostly see it from her perspective, where Keira Knightley kind of pops in here and there.
I see.
And you maybe go to Keira Knightley's house maybe once.
Okay.
I bet things aren't as perfect
I
as
was
you
just
might
going to
guess.
bet that.
Yep. But mostly it's
like
about
Karate
their football dreams.
Nice.
And their football crushes
Nice.
and how they grow as individuals and in friendship.
Wow.
Wow.
Great. I mean, the
Sounds fun.
posters would suggest that they are friends by some point in the movie.
Oh yeah, I
Because in
would
the poster,
say
they are like embracing.
the rivalry is there, but I mean, my memory is that something gets overcome pretty early, and then it becomes about rooting for each of them and knowing that there's this crush tension that's eventually gonna
I
break
see.
them apart.
This is not like a stepping up movie where there are like intense rivalries for most of the movie.
And then at the end, they finally come together to win the $25,000 and not have to close the gym. So no, it's not like that.
Okay.
But it is cool. But it's mostly about the main character trying to hide soccer from her family.
Oh.
And of course, at some point, it comes to a head where she has to choose between a big family obligation and the
big
ability to play in the
game.
big game.
Oh my God.
Is there
And
any
it gets-
moment where she has to sneak out for practice,
I
then come
hope
in
so.
through her window
Oh, I
and then pretend
hope
she's
so.
asleep with all of her kit
Oh my God.
Get
on?
You once
pointing
again,
at me.
I would
let the
say-
record show
some
you once again
reason.
pointed at Beth.
I would say there's not exactly that, but there's definitely hiding a backpack in the bushes. And I think you should still get credit for that bet.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah, I think I remember way more of this movie than I realized. I'm going to guess I've probably seen it 3 times.
Okay.
Wow.
I am not sure what year, though. I'm going to say like
Right.
2000s.
Oh, we didn't do that.
That's
Maybe
what I was thinking.
2004? I don't know.
thought this was a Millennium movie.
Ooh.
Beth, you doubling
Double on
Beth
2,000.
down on. Yep. Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm going to be, for the purpose of spice, but also for the
Posh
purpose.
Spice?
Oh, nice.
No, oh, well, doesn't matter.
Neither of those. Neither of those things. I'm going to say 1999, the year of movies.
Wow.
Because I feel like this was a smaller
This
flick,
is an
right?
indie darling, if I remember right.
It
Yeah.
was.
So
Now
like
I'm like-
maybe it came out in the year of movies, but it was so overshadowed by all the other movies.
I
in the year
definitely
of
saw this movie
movies.
before I saw The Matrix.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
I don't know, though. I feel like if I were on the plane, I think that would have happened around 2002.
I saw
But I
the
don't know.
I'm going to
first-
say 98.
What? You're changing it?
Dude.
Yes.
This is chaos.
And just to keep it chaotic, I'll go 2002 for fun.
Wow. I mean, here's the thing. I know I saw the Pirates of the Caribbean movie my sophomore year of college in a dorm room, which means that it already had its
Ooh.
theatrical release, but it
What
hadn't
year
been
would that
that
be?
long, right?
What year is that?
So that would be like 2004-ish. And that for sure must have happened after this movie.
I
Right?
really think I have a note to look up her filmography.
Yeah, it's a mess because she was for sure. I feel like she was in movies, a couple movies where like, if you look back, like when, like You Will Do, will probably be like, oh, she was that young in that
Yeah.
Yeah. But then she's in the prequels, too. As
movie. What? Oh yeah,
She's the stand-in for
Jesus
Padme.
Christ.
Oh, she is?
Yes.
Yeah. She's like the body double.
She's
No
in the first
way.
movie. She's like,
it's
Gunga,
me.
Gunga Man, whatever the leader of the frog people's
Georgia,
name.
I'm not actually.
I'm
2001, A Sports Odyssey. That's my bet.
Okay, great.
Sports Odyssey.
Thank you.
I'll have problem. No, she doesn't talk about that. Queen Amidala.
No, I'm coming to Kira, George. George says there's a lot of big frogmen. just
Remember, you're
swirling around.
pretending to be Natalie. You're pretending to be Natalie. You're Natalie.
You're Natalie.
Kira, you're Natalie. Look at me. Look at me.
You're the port man.
You're.
All right. Molly, how should we rate this film?
I hate this, so we can overrule it, but I have written down small mouth, big dreams.
Wow. This is definitely a bass fishing show, right?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
a Keira Knightley biopic.
Why not both?
Why not both? Hey, maybe she's into bass
She
fishing.
has a bass fishing channel.
She does, huh?
Sure.
Yeah. Listen, we don't know. These celebrities get into the weirdest things.
Yeah.
To
She's
spend their money
hoping
on.
to
a
be
travel show. She's got to have a travel show too.
Like they all
she
have
saw that
liquors now.
Gina Davis got into the Olympics, or maybe not. Is
What?
it Gina Davis? Who
What?
is it? Sigourney Weaver. Somebody got into the Olympics, and
What,
it does
this
like
year?
no, the Winter
Oh,
Olympics
oh,
2
okay.
years ago.
What?
Oh,
For
Luge?
archery, like where you run for a while. and then
biathlon?
I guess is that what it's called?
Yeah.
no!
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, that's where you cross country ski
somebody
and shoot a
very
rifle.
famous. Yeah, it's either rifle or archery. I'll look it up.
Archery's in the Summer Olympics.
Yeah.
Well, and I guess it's shooting then.
Yeah.
It's
guns
running and
guns
shooting.
are winter weapons. Bow and arrow are summer
There's a lot
weapons.
of guns in the summer too. Did you see that South Korean lady who had
I
like
did.
a
Looked
Totoro
like an anime
charm
character. Yeah. They were also cool. And then that one guy who looked like he just woke up and came with his gun, and that's it.
This is the most topical
Sorry,
podcast
sorry,
we've ever
sorry,
done.
Oh gosh.
Hey, it's October, baby.
Pizza's coming. Let's move it on.
Okay, Dan, you're first, as we all know. Smallmouth, big dreams.
Great.
How many?
I haven't seen this movie, but I feel like it was an indie darling, and I feel like I knew about the movie, so it must have had enough of captured the imagination of people of my generation for me to even care enough to know it existed. So I'm going to say 4 and be optimistic. I'm going to bend my rating towards 5, like, I don't know.
Great.
Very good.
I am also going to say 4. Oh, sorry. I go second, as we all know.
Of course. 4 small mouth, big dreams.
I'm also going to say 4. I think it's going to be more interesting to me as an adult than it was as a young person, because I'll probably get more of the what's going on, I guess, in the movie.
You won't just be like, oh, they're all so cute.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm saying I would have done that too. I'm not trying to create some stereotypical version of Beth, a young
No.
lady child.
Speaking of, Bechdel Wallace.
Please,
Oh,
God.
pass. Yes.
Dear God.
Unless, is football a man?
We'll talk about it.
My name is Dan. I'm a third. I am also going to say 4. I don't remember. I mean, you watch a movie on a plane, it's like everything gets closer to the middle. That's my opinion. Like you watch a great movie, it's like, yeah, that was pretty good. You watch a terrible movie, you're like, yeah, that was pretty good.
Totally.
It doesn't matter. It's just you watch it on a plane. Except I watched Nomad land on a plane, and I cried on a plane.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I was embarrassed, but also like, oh, it's so good.
No, it's that'll do that.
That was not the movie to watch. Anyway,
Venom is the movie to watch.
yeah.
We'll talk about it. Off pod.
Or Aquaman. Any of those shitty. Okay.
4? You're saying 4?
4. I'm going to say 4. I like a sports movie. Speaking of movies that might make me cry, sports movies will do it.
Oh,
Especially kids, like just getting their dreams.
Oh.
wow.
We'll see.
Hi, I'm Molly. I'm 4th, and no one is concerned about that. Is that what I say?
Something like that.
Hi, I'm Molly. I go 4th, and
No one's
that's not an
upset about
insult.
it.
Oh, hi.
Hey,
this is Molly.
You can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
This is
I
your
just give
time.
permission.
Okay.
Whatever you want to do, Molly.
I'm Molly. I go 4th, and no one's upset about it.
Nice.
And I am going to be Beal Baggins Bold.
Wow.
You're not going to throw Beckham in there?
Beal Baggins Beckham Teabag Bold.
Teabag.
Because of London Town.
Oh, okay.
London.
Oh, okay.
Get your head out of the gutter. Jeez.
Look, this came out when I was in college.
Ugh. Get your head out of the loo, more like.
Oh my gosh.
Or
Nice.
the WC.
Oh, there you go. We are knowledge.
We are knowledge. Yep.
I'm going to be Beal Baggins Beckham Teabag Bold and go with 5.
All right.
Very teabag gold.
Because in part, I just remembered that there's a dance sequence with
What?
all of the characters at the end during the credits.
I remember that too.
Oh, they're having so much fun.
Yes. So I hope, I don't know, I can only be heartbroken from here.
Awesome.
But we'll see. And with that, we're going to press pause. We're going to go watch Bend It Like Beckham, and we'll be right back.
Hey, listeners, it's me, Dan. The best Dan, the coolest Dan, the mid-roll
Holy.
Dan, coming at you smooth.
Mid-roll Dan.
as silk.
It's a hot one.
As a bunch of butter on a silk napkin.
What? You?
Very smooth. Here to tell you about a little something we call patreon.com/totesrecall.com.
Jesus.
The website where you can become a patron.
What are you doing? Land this plane.
Support the best art you love. Totesrecall.com.
Yes.
One way that you can support it is through money, and one amount of money that you can give gives you a shout out on the podcast.
Wow.
Someone who has done that goes by the moniker of RM.
Zowie, zowie.
If you want to be as cool as them, like a bucket of ice
With a silk napkin in it.
on top of a buttery silk
With
napkin.
a silk napkin monogrammed RM.
Oh, wow. Left at the crime scene
Oh, no. Wait a minute.
in Alaska.
Why are you implicating one of our patrons?
Find out next time on the mid-roll. Patreon.com/totesrecall.com.
Wow.
.com. And we're back. We just watched 1 hour and 52 minutes of hot songs and soccer
There we
and
go.
love and family and just generally living in the 2002s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it was filmed in 2001, but basically it came out in 2002. So we'll go with that.
I mean, isn't like in the film world, like 4 to 5 years, essentially the same year?
I
Right.
guess so. Except that there is, and I don't
Go
want
ahead.
to jump ahead. I'm just going to jump ahead, and I promise listeners we will jump back.
Yeah. We have
Dan will
never
make sure of it.
deviated from discussing.
We have never gotten off track, but I
Nope.
do just quickly want to say that at the end of this film, it takes place in an airport, and they're all hanging out at the gate.
so calmly.
so calmly, and I'm like,
No pressure.
oh, this is July 2001 that this was filmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was like July through September. And so there's no way September 11th, 2001, there was anything like that again.
Yeah.
Well, that happened in America too. I'm sure the UK kept it cool, and there was no weird
Yeah, for
security
sure. Or like any like
racism towards
the
brown
very
skinned
people
with
that are in this
turbans
movie.
or
Yeah,
anything
totally.
like that.
Totally. No way. Not in good old England.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, 2002, Molly's revised bet.
Oh.
So congratulations.
You're welcome.
But also
Asterisks.
Okay.
Yeah, and before we get too much farther into this, we like to win awards.
Oh, do we?
Ooh.
And the award we win is for the segment that we're about to do.
Listen, I don't want to put too much pressure on anybody, but there is an American scout here tonight to witness the 60-second
no.
summary.
We have been winning British awards this whole time.
The whole time.
For 60 summary. This could be our chance to break the American bucket.
We've been trying to
Ready.
qualify for the American category for years.
Yeah.
But those Yanks, they just have such high standards.
Yeah, they go quick. 60-second summary, of course. The segment where we summarize the movie we just watched, Bend It Like Beckham, in 60 seconds exactly. The tradition in this country is that I volunteer to do it.
I want to do it.
Okay.
Oh, wow. I was thinking during this movie, this is a tough one to summarize.
I think so too.
Oh, I think it's a breeze.
Oh, we'll see.
We'll find out.
That's bold.
Oh, boy.
Wow, you're really...
Don't win awards if you're not bold. In
true.
the
That's
US of A.
That is true.
It's true. Barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce. Okay, wow. No, it's fine. This is going great. It's already after 10 while we're recording this. It's fine. Molly, are you ready?
I am ready.
I
Open on.
should remind you, we do open on.
I know.
Okay.
Thank you.
And go.
We open on a clip of Beckham, the soccer player, doing great. And it
55
turns out
seconds
it's a
remaining.
fantasy with Jess, our main character. And she dreams of football, but her main conflict in her life is her sister is getting married, and her sister is her foil, doing everything traditional. And Jess does not want to do things that are traditional. She just wants to play soccer and hang out with her friends and not learn to cook. However, all of this comes to a head when Keira Knightley's character, Jules, finds her in a
30
park.
seconds.
And they begin playing soccer together, but both of them are in love with their coach, Joe. But it's age appropriate, we promise. And then all this time, her sister's getting married, then she's not getting married, and their lives are intersecting, and there's some confusion. And her dad is awesome, and so is her mom, but her mom's less supportive, but she comes around in the end.
10 seconds.
And her friend Tony is very cool and very supportive at all key moments. And in the end, it all comes down to her sister's wedding, which is back on after it was off, is happening the same day
Time.
as the finals.
Oh my goodness.
And they win, and they get to go to Santa Clara.
Hey. Oh, the scout is shaking his head and walking away. Or her head.
Or they just tap their
Tap
watch
their
and walked
wrist.
away.
Yeah.
Listen, the clock in soccer is
This is a fun soccer fact?
yes.
I bet there's going to be a lot of these.
that the TV broadcasters, they put on whatever clock, but it's not the official clock. The official clock is held by, I guess, the refs. I don't know. But then you'll see the time run out on TV and you're like, is it done? We don't know. But it's not done till the whistle. And sometimes it's a full minute or two after.
Whoa.
And so when it's tied up, as it was in the final game in this movie,
Which we know. Because
we
a
know,
character
because I-
very loudly shouted
1-1.
Yeah. 1-all.
1-all.
And then Molly very helpfully reminded us what the score was when our protagonist made a goal.
Yep.
So yeah,
You
so
made it in the extra time.
it made it in the extra time. Yeah.
Got it.
Also, before we go on, I want to clarify that bending it like Beckham
Thank you.
is a soccer kick where the ball bends. It does not have anything to do with where you kick it.
I mean, you would use a bend from a corner kick.
Sure,
For sure.
But the actress did learn, she knew nothing about football before.
Wow.
And she did learn how to bend it like Beckham through a 9-week, 9 hours a day training camp.
That's awesome.
So in that scene where we see her just kick it past the laundry,
That's
I
legit.
don't know how many takes she took,
Sure.
but that's legit.
It's a shame that Ron Perlman wasn't there to fuck up the scene by genuinely responding to that.
Wow.
Check
What
out.
movie is that from?
What is that?
That's
What's going
from Alien Resurrection.
on? Okay, what?
Oh, so
Sigourney-
laundry roll?
What?
Something?
There's a
Go
famous scene in the Alien fourth Alien movie, fifth, I don't remember. The one where Sigourney Weaver comes back. Sigourney Weaver is walking away. She does a behind the how do you say that? She throws the basketball. There's a basketball court on a spaceship.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Uh-huh.
She throws the basketball behind her head as she walks away. Nothing but net. Ron Perlman is in the scene, and he's supposed to he's probably supposed to be like impressed, but like he completely breaks character. And he just goes like, oh, and like you can just see him like so jacked and so pumped that she made the shot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So it's a shame there wasn't somebody there to
lose their mind.
Lose our mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, we were there to lose our mind. Anyway, that's very impressive because there's also some scenes where she's just sort of like idly handling the soccer ball, like during the wedding reception or whatever, or the prep for the wedding reception. It's very impressive because she's doing it in like traditional South Asian clothing at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
So
She
cool.
does a great job. Here are some other bets. In terms of summarizing the movie, Dan, you gave us a pre-call.
I did.
You thought it would be in London town or nearby.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was.
Yeah,
was.
no, because her
London.
dad worked at Heathrow, right?
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
There'd be a cute house.
So cute.
So
They
cute.
cut to the front of the house a lot.
It's a great house.
Lights going up, lights coming down, lights going
Pants
back
going
up.
up, pants going down. Not like down, like all the way.
No.
There's an amazing scene where her dad just like adjusts his pants before climbing the ladder.
It's so dad.
It's amazing. I don't know how to
It's
describe
like
it.
Tim Wall's level of dad.
Okay.
Like, okay.
Local reference.
Yeah, local reference.
For
Not
now.
anymore. National.
Sure. I'm with you. I hear you.
Thank you. And nothing will have changed by the time this podcast
Exactly.
comes out. Everyone still loves Tim Walls. And it's pronounced walls, like multiple walls, not like waltz the dance.
Sure.
Hot tip.
Hot Tim tip.
Ooh!
He should trademark that.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the Olympics?
Pants.
Oh,
Yes, we should talk about the Olympics.
Fun fact,
Yep.
I learned that our protagonist,
yes.
Parminder Nagra,
Which is the actor's name.
Niagara? Mhm.
yes, she actually did carry the torch
Amazing.
Wow.
in London. I think they said it was the 2004 Olympics.
You said it
Okay.
was. You said it was for Athens. So whatever year that
going
happened.
through London to Athens, she carried the torch.
Nice.
So
Wow.
the whole time that we were talking about the Olympics,
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
they're going off topic
No.
again. Guess
and-
what? It was on topic the whole time.
And I did not forget to confirm until just a minute ago who the actress was who went to the Olympics. It turns out I was wrong. She did not go to the Olympics, but she came very close in the year 2000. Gina Davis for archery.
Wow.
wow.
Like she was at like the qualifying rounds
I
before
think
the
so.
Olympics
Yeah,
or something.
like she was
Cool.
doing great. I'm
That
pretty
rules.
sure. I think she did like some other stuff too. But
She's so fucking
listen, I
cool,
tell you
man.
what, when you're in a rush because the podcast has already started and you're doing some research and you type in actress Olympian, it only brings up Olivia Dukakis
Oh,
for the longest time.
huh.
Huh.
Okay.
So what I'm learning is that Gina Davis you'd want Gina Davis at your side during a summer war
Or during the Hungry Games.
or during the Hunger Games. Yes,
They had a lot of
absolutely.
those then.
What were we talking about?
The other bets you made, Dad.
Thank
Young
you.
South Asian lady followed by white people.
Bullied.
Bullied by white people.
No,
Not really.
She was just bullied by those shirtless tossers.
Well, by
Yeah.
the moms a bit.
Those wankers.
Yeah, I don't know if
She
that's
does get
bullied.
bullied in the middle of a match.
Oh,
Oh,
she
that's
sure does. She
right.
gets a red card.
Sure. and
Okay,
She does
no,
get
that's
some
right. I was
racism done
thinking.
upon
I was
her.
thinking in like her genuine soccer playing that she was just going to be bullied by like other like park players.
Yeah,
but
Kiri
no.
comes out. Kiri?
Yeah,
Kiri.
good old Kiri.
McKnightly.
Hello, it's me,
Oh, I like the way you play soccer. Oh, footy. I mean, excuse me, cup of tea. I'm Kiri.
Excuse me.
Pardon, bollocks.
Pardon, bollocks. Wow, it was a disaster already.
Oh my God. Can we get to the smoldering hot Joe?
We're so far away from that.
Hot Joe.
We're just getting to Kiri. Seeing Jesse play soccer in the park and being like, "Oh, you should come try out for the team
Fine.
because you're really good." And she's like, "You really think so?" And then like the weird tossers are like, "Oh, are you gonna switch shirts while you? Oh yeah, hey, look, you got boobs or whatever."
There's a lot of shots of like women in bras in this movie.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot.
A lot.
I noticed that too, Beth.
Yes. I thought maybe that some people would notice it.
It's one of those things where it's like on one level, you're like, I mean, it's not uncommon in women's football for them to not be wearing like a shirt.
But I think it was the juxtaposition.
Yeah, totally. No, I'm not saying it's like, I'm complete. Beth it's weird to point this out, Beth, but I just mean like, at least for like this particular subject matter, you can kind of see like, okay, like, yeah, like sometimes some of the players are gonna like,
in context, like, they would probably be in the locker room in their bra,
Totally.
but it was the way that the camera was showing them in their bra.
Yes.
There was like, particularly that shot where the sister is getting fitted for her gown.
Oh, and making all the jokes about bra size?
But it's like just on her boobs. Like the scene is not about her. You know what I mean? It's about
Wait, when she's getting fitted for her sari, she and her sister, and she makes the mosquito bites.
When Polly talks about everyone's boobs.
But before that, the sister in particular, the shot is just of her chest.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
She wants
interesting
tighter clothes.
Yes.
She does. I mean, that's true. She does want to be.
So she wants a tighter shot also.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did Mia Hamm make a big goal and then like take her shirt off and everybody was like,
I don't think Mia Hamm, she didn't take her shirt off. It was another player. I think it was in 1996 when women won gold for the first time. It was in Athens, Georgia. No big deal.
Oh.
And I saw them play. No big deal.
Great.
What is it, like Chastain, Champlain? No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Chastain Champlain.
Brandy Chastain?
No.
Jessica Chastain.
Jessica Chasplain.
Oh, my God. But yeah.
Mansplain.
Yep.
We got Mandala affected on who popped their shirt off after winning the gold?
No one else thought it was Mia Hamm.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Shut your faces. No, she had a blonde.
What year did this happen?
Blonde
Hold
hair
on. What
and
year
a
did this
ponytail,
happen?
and it was on the cover of Sports
What
Illustrated.
year did this happen?
She's
Brandy
underneath.
Chastain.
What year did this
Chastain.
happen?
I thought it was
99.
1990?
Brandy Chastain, no shirt.
I
Search
was
for
like
that, Beth.
13. I'm not going to remember the names of literally anyone.
Well, I don't see why you had to hop on Dan's incorrect
'Cause that's who I
bandwagon
thought it
after
was.
Beth and I clearly chimed in and why you won't listen to women.
I was just saying that's who I thought it was. I wasn't saying I was right.
Well,
Beth, did you search lady soccer no shirt?
Oh, no.
Can I see the results?
Oh my God.
You might want to clear your cookies there.
What did I search? Women's soccer. No, I spelled it wrong, first of all.
Spelled what wrong? Soccer?
Women's? Oh, no. It's trying to put an apostrophe in there. It is correct. Grammatically correct.
Nice.
Women's soccer player tail.
just go to Budapest.
It worked out.
It knew what I
yeah,
meant.
it worked out.
And was that 96? Was Molly right?
No, 99.
99.
But they did win in 96.
Okay, so it's near that.
And I think I was
feel
at
like there's
that. Okay, we're going to talk soccer. I've probably told the story and I don't care. You're just going to have to tell me. Have I told you this?
I don't
you
know.
don't know. Okay.
Is this one where the coach uses you as an example for being bad?
No,
but then you were
that's
good?
another one.
That was
no,
baseball,
I wasn't
right?
that good.
Softball?
And I wasn't. That was
this
softball.
the one
Yeah,
where
yeah.
there was a fight in the soccer stadium?
No,
Yeah.
that's in Argentina. That was a great one. No,
Great.
this
No big deal.
is Athens, Georgia. The year is 1996.
Okay.
And Atlanta was hosting the Olympics, but some of the events were in Athens,
How
which
was
is
the
like
weather?
an hour away. What? It was warm.
Okay.
Anyway,
It's Athens, not
the
Atlanta.
point
Warm
is,
Atlanta.
Warm thins.
I through some miracle secured tickets to see the women play the gold match, I think against China,
Neat.
and win. And it was wild because I was sitting in the same arena I was used to watching the Bulldogs play, which is like SEC football is
Gotcha.
like over the top fanatic kind of situation. And to be in a 76,000 seat arena or stadium,
Mm-hmm.
and there were still some seats available, but not a lot. Anyway, there's this guy sitting in front of me, and he clearly was like more of a football, like an American football fan. And he's like yelling unhelpful stuff like, kick it! Get a goal! And at first
That's what I do too.
I know. And at first I was a little irritated because he didn't know anything about the sport. And then it dawned on me, this man knows nothing about this sport. And he is on
So invested.
fire
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so invested for these women playing on like bulldog male sacred ground. And it was super cool. And then I don't know if you heard this.
Dated.
Here's another story I probably already told you. I was working as a
He asked you
waitress. What?
The man who was yelling asked you
No,
out.
he was somebody's dad.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Now he's your husband.
Whoa.
Absolutely not. I was working as a waitress downtown, and this huge table came in. It was like 19 people, and it was so hot, and it had been really crowded during the Olympics.
I'm sorry, what was it?
It was very warm.
Okay.
And newer listeners, they're trying to get me to say Hotlanta, which is not a thing.
I just heard someone from Atlanta say
Like
it.
literally today, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is awful. Anyway, large table, and I was trying to wait on the table, and it was really chaotic, and I was trying to like keep my cool and get all the drinks. How many people? Like 19 people.
Dear God.
It was a huge table. It took up the entire like front patio area. And I got to the very end, and I was like trying, I was being really nice, but I was also like a little frenetic. And the guy at the end of the table says, hey, you're doing a great job. Hey, do you want to see a gold medal?
What?
And I was like, yeah. And he's like, she's not here. We're going out to celebrate. My sister, Joy Fawcett, won the gold medal. And I was like, I was at that game. And he was like, here it is. And I mean, God bless Atlanta's sweethearts, but we, as hosts of the Olympics,
yes.
I'm not sure that we did the absolute top-notch best job that there ever was. But the thing that I am most like, come on, is they gave all of these athletes medals and literally nothing to carry them in. No, I mean,
little box or a
so this medal, this gold medal is just sitting on the table, and I got to
like
hold
resting
it,
his
and it
drink
was
on it.
so heavy, like it felt so heavy and so substantial, and was incredible.
Yeah.
But it was just sitting on this metal table at an Italian restaurant.
Nice.
Anyway, they were amazing. It was an amazing experience. So, women's soccer, A+.
A+, they did it again.
Good job.
Did they?
Yeah.
Great. I wonder what restaurant their medal ended up at.
Something French.
La boulangerie.
Le restaurant italien.
Welcome to the restaurant.
Oh, can I interest you in some spaghetti? Perhaps some ravioli.
You like lasagna?
I love that we were so worried after watching this movie because all of the dialects in this, all the accents would be fucking rule. And I was just like, the whole second half is just going to be us doing shitty English accents. And now we are doing French people describing Italian cuisine. Just not where I thought we would end up at all. Oh, wow.
You made some other bets.
Called shame. I'm sorry. I made bets. You want to center me here on this?
Yeah, do school. She's got to do school.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's got
School.
She's friend with Keira Knightley. Hot free.
Hot free?
Yeah, there's a love triangle, family pressure.
Oh, that was for Molly.
You kind of nailed it.
I mean, the triangle
That's
part
what the
was
little
Molly.
line's about.
Especially the part about hot free.
What is hot free?
Did I say it was a hot coach?
No, it's definitely an F.
Oh, man.
Hot fan.
Hut free.
Can I see it?
Hot tea.
Compelling podcast.
For the listener, Beth is getting so close to the page to try to read it.
It looks more like that says free,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe the first word is hit.
Oh, hit face!
Hit face.
Because I thought maybe that's how they'd meet. Is like one of them would kick the ball and it would just like smash the other face and be like, there.
That's definitely what it says.
Yeah.
There, you hit me in the face.
There's my Kiwi number.
Oh, no, I can't go home. This is a garbage album.
Oh, yeah. Big early 2000s decor in both their bedrooms.
Yeah.
That thing was awesome. I would have loved
So
that. It was
cool.
like this plasticky
Like transparent.
thing
Yeah.
that hung from the wall and then had pockets in it that you could put your
Yes.
CDs.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
I think, did I have one of those? I'm trying to remember. Maybe my brother did. I feel like that was in our house at some point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Keira Knightley has to work so hard to get the words out of her mouth this entire movie, and she mumbles through half of it.
Here's a question I have.
Early career.
After
Yes.
I watch this, is it that she has a very small, like tightly packed mouth, or she just have like very large teeth for her mouth? That's what I'm trying to figure out. You know what I mean? Like, if she just have like, is she working through a lot of teeth, or she just have like a very small mouth?
She just doesn't move her lips very
Yeah,
much.
her
Okay.
mouth seems big.
Okay.
Or normal size.
Sure.
Or there's no normal. It seems like a fine mouth size.
It's a fine mouth.
Big dreams.
Keira Knightley, the 16-year-old, has a fine mouth in this movie, is what
Yeah,
Dan's
I was
saying.
appreciating her mouth the whole time.
Oh my gosh.
It turns out she really was 16 during this.
Was she?
wild.
Oh,
I-
okay.
Her co-star was 26.
Wasn't that one of my bets that we'd realize how young she was in a lot of these movies?
That was.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, there
It
you go.
was.
Jesse is 26?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Parminder
But she's
Nagra.
playing an 18-year-old.
She's
Yeah.
18.
In every single description that we found, it makes it like very clear that she is 18
Because
in the movie.
clearly we all, and by we all I mean people outside of the 4 people in this podcast, had the question, is it okay that Joe is like kind of going for this?
Yeah.
Joe's the coach. Did we mention that?
I mean, is her only obstacle that he's her coach,
Right.
or is there an additional obstacle?
Right.
Like, are we
There's
never
more than one obstacle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Family.
Her parents would absolutely
family,
forbid
but
it.
not the Fast
Yeah.
and Furious kind of family. Like
real,
like real family.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not. I mean,
That's
all family
real
is
family,
real
Dan.
family.
Not found
Come on.
family. How's
Yes, all
that?
family.
Yes, all family, but this isn't a found family. This is a family with deep roots in their culture and traditions.
Yes, they're Sikh.
Yes.
Very traditional.
Yes. To a point.
I'm kind of blown away that Keira Knightley's 16 in this. She's real good for 16.
She is really good.
No, she's, yeah.
And her
Great
speaking
performance.
is
She
fine.
got
Her
riz.
mouth size
got that
and
riz.
her jaw set is all totally fine.
Yeah.
And no one talked
Everything about everyone in this movie, everyone was fine. Everyone looks fine. One person looks particularly fine. We'll get
Oh
there.
my God.
I have no problem with anyone's mouth in this movie.
Okay,
I want
thank
to make
you.
that very clear. Yes, Joe the coach, played by Jonathan Rhys
Rhys?
Meyer.
Is it Reese?
It's spelled
You-
RHYS.
Okay, then it's probably Reese. 'Cause
Known
that's
to
what Matthew
me-
Reese's name
Oh,
is.
yes.
Oh.
That's who I was thinking of.
Speaking of another one,
Oh,
person with good
so
cheekbones.
very handsome.
Is he
Not that I'm objectifying actors.
Jonathan,
Listen,
that's what
that
they're
is
for.
not happening.
Jonathan Rhys, is he the Tudors?
I think so.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, he most definitely is.
Anyway, he smolders all the time.
It's funny
Oh my
because
God.
when we first meet him in the movie, like it's not that apparent, right?
Yeah,
like it's
he's
still
just
like
okay.
it's like, oh, he's a good, good looking guy, and he's just like he's kind of a dick.
Honestly, didn't really think he was that good looking in the first
Yeah,
part of the
because
movie.
he's kind of like
He's kind of got loose pants
he's
and
loose-
his mouth's
yeah.
fine.
He's got loose pants. He's honestly kind of being a dick to Jesse,
Yeah.
but I guess because he's in coach mode or whatever.
Yeah.
But then there is a point
Oh my God.
where this is not only something that is like the primary facet of his character, but apparently like a theme of this movie, which is white people interrupt Jess's family doing things that are way more important.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he comes to her house and like literally, and like we all know it's like we know it's Joe. We haven't seen that it's Joe, but we're like, oh no, the doorbell. Like we know how movies are.
Who's interrupting dinner?
Who else could it be?
Yep.
Her sister, Jess's sister, opens the door. It's all the camera's on her sister, so we're just like, oh, so she's just responding like, who's this strange man? But no, she's responding to way more than just who is the strange man. It's who is this strange man? Because then the camera cuts to the other side of the eye line.
Oh.
Joe is wearing a beautiful, possibly silk
Oh my God.
shirt,
Buttery.
open at the top, right? Like I feel like the first button is like mid sternum.
Yeah. Oh, he does not mess with buttons.
Hair perfectly coiffed.
Oh my God.
Not a strand out of place. Cheekbones
For days.
Sculpted.
For days.
shining.
You could cut salted butter straight out of the fridge with it. The hardest butter there is.
Yes, we all know this. we all know objectively refrigerated salted butter is objectively the hardest butter there is. No question. I've seen Bake Off.
Yeah.
They talk about it all the time. Anyway, dude is, I think Molly at one point literally said like he is blue. This is blue steel.
Oh,
like
he just turns like the camera's on. I'm sorry. Go
yeah.
ahead.
No,
You get to
Sorry.
his peak moment, peak smolder moment.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
my
Yeah.
God.
That was the blue steel for sure, was when he's like, he comes in, he has the conversation, and her dad, first of like 18 real moments with her dad,
Oh,
where he's
Dad's
just
so
like,
good.
oh, when I came here from Nairobi, like I was still into like cricket and blah, blah, blah. And like I was pretty good back home. And then he got laughed at and kicked out of the local clubs by the people that he uses a word that I don't know, but I assume just means white dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, I decided never to play again. And you're just like, oh my God, my heart is breaking for this beautiful man.
He's so beautiful.
And then for reasons I don't remember, Joe's like, all right, bye. This is getting a little heavy. And then she follows him outside. They continue to have a talk. He is, at this point, we get a full body shot as he's leaving, swaggering.
Yeah.
Full swagger with the well-fit pants, beautifully flowing shirt.
God.
She's having the conversation just like, hey, I don't even remember at this point what the state of their relationship is.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. He then unlocks his car. He presses the button. There's a beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
Then it suddenly cuts to another angle. He like turns around with such force and you are hit. You are hit by his
almost
features.
Assaulted by his incredible good looks.
Salted butter.
Anyway,
well done. Yeah.
After that, it seems almost like after they shot that scene, someone on the crew was like, God damn, because after that, there are many shots like that for the rest of the movie.
I honestly feel like when he pressed that button on the key fob, it was like turning on the smoldering. It was like, beep, beep, are you ready?
Yeah, right. That was the warning alarm.
Yeah.
And I did not know that having a key fob for your car was like the 2002 equivalent of like flicking your cigarette into the gutter.
Oh
my God. Amazing.
There was another 2002 technology moment where somebody's cell phone rings at a party and everybody pulls out their phone to look at it.
That was a good bit.
Because everybody had the same cell phone ring at that
And
moment.
people would let their phones ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. Can you imagine?
You just like hear it vibrate or sense it and excuse
just
yourself.
Or just
you know what I mean?
checking it every 30 seconds from your pocket to see if you've missed any important notifications.
Yeah, or unimportant.
Yeah, anything. Just
anything.
a little drip.
Yeah.
Totally. Gotta get it. And I think the dad at that self-lit scene just says, turn it to off.
Yeah, off.
Turn it to off.
And it's like, but it's in a very like actually genuinely trying to be helpful in an educational way. He's not even like admonishing him. He's like, off, turn it off.
You don't have to answer the phone during your engagement party.
No.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
There's a lot of back and forth, up and down in this movie.
Yeah.
Of like,
Do you mean the soccer ball or?
well, that too. It's just like we were talking about the scene where Joe comes to the house, but I feel like there's multiple back and forths of like, are you getting me out? Like most of the movie is, I want to play soccer. No. Okay, I won't. But secretly I'm playing
For
soccer.
sure, still playing soccer.
Repeat 2 or 3 different times.
Yeah.
And like, what am I going to miss this time? And the stakes increase every time, both what she's missing and the size of the game, right? First, it's like,
And the size of the lie.
hey, I'm just playing. And then it's like, I'm going to Germany. And then there's the finals. And it's, I don't remember what the middle thing is, but this wedding at the very end.
Oh, she sneaks out she goes to get wedding shoes.
Oh boy.
That's right.
But she's actually going to get discount black and white shoes that go with everything and then spending most of the money on soccer shoes.
Soccer shoes.
Is
Such
that a
that she
thing?
has
They
to-
call them boots.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much about this film. It was playing with those multicultural aspects of people's lives,
Yeah.
right?
There were so many more layers than I was expecting in like every relationship in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's the like Jules and Joe keeping like, just live your own life for you. Why do you blah, 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 your family? And they don't, they get to it really, but I guess they get to it, but it's like you don't understand the difference between like what my family means culturally and what yours does. And like that pull of independence over communal living and sacrificing for your family versus for yourself. And then there's like the immigrant aspect of like, we came to this country like to give them a better life. They didn't spell that out.
Yeah.
But it's there, I feel like, as well.
And there's also the element of like, you know, like Keira Knightley has sort of like not a great relationship with her mom, like because her mom just like they just don't understand each other very well. And then like Joe,
it's
like
almost a mirror to Jess's relationship with her sister, right? Because her sister is all about shopping. Like honestly, if you know what, it's too convoluted, but it's a mirror.
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
Because all she wants to do is go shopping. Like one of the sweetest lines is where she goes, there are so many beautiful florals that have come out for swimsuits and sarongs, and she won't go shopping with me.
This is Keira Knightley's mom.
Keira Knightley's mom is
Right.
just so genuinely heartbroken. In the end, she comes around to learning about
That's
soccer.
right. We
but-
first meet Keira Knightley's mom when she's like, "You should wear this bra to give you better cleavage.
Yeah.
And then she grabs her chest.
Oh,
She's 16 years
just
old.
die.
She has no boundaries. I mean, she works
No
there,
boundaries.
it seems like, right?
Oh, does she?
Her mom works at that store, it seemed like, because she had a name tag on.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, but like, still, that's like, it's still weird that she's just like, come on.
I've never had anyone at a store do that to me.
Sure.
yeah. That almost makes it worse.
Yeah.
It honestly
that she was in
reminded me of-
employee mode at the time.
Yeah.
There were a couple
This is
scenes
how I
that
do
reminded me of.
Paula, please don't touch the breasts of other customers, even if you're related to them.
Reminded me of 16 Candles,
Okay.
where Molly Ringwald's character gets felt up by her grandma, is the way she describes it. Her grandma's like, "Oh, so perky,"
Oh.
and like puts her hands on her granddaughter's body.
Mm-hmm.
It is so like it's extra creepy through 2000 something eyes,
Sure.
but I think there is like this like lack of boundary, and I think like a hypersexualization and overemphasis on bras and stuff, just generally. I don't know if you know this, but the patriarchy sucks.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then, and then even like when the lady who's actually making their custom stuff for weddings is like,
Yeah.
I'm just going to talk about your breasts in like a playful manner, teenager that is clearly uncomfortable with this whole situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like women, but anyway. So Gurinder Shadha was one of the co-writers and the director of this film. And like apparently this is like one in the middle of a whole bunch of movies that tackle what it is to be like as an Indian in English culture. And I was like, as I was watching this movie, I was like, I feel like she employed like every actor available, you know, because it was just, there were so many, like, I appreciated the dedication to creating that almost suffocating, but also just like very lively and crowded family life.
Yes.
That there are no boundaries between personal, like it's just the juxtaposition was just so amazing versus Keira Knightley as the only daughter living in a singular household with two parents and no other extended family.
Yeah. I was really thinking about My Big Fat Greek Wedding during this.
Oh yeah.
There's like definitely some similar energy of like big, loud family and smaller family and blending them together.
And then you got Joe,
There's
who's
a wedding
like,
happening.
I don't even talk to my dad anymore.
Oh, did you know that part of the reason he got cast? So originally the
I mean, I
actor was
think I
supposed
know
to be,
one of the reasons he got
okay,
cast.
he was
Got
just
a
very
key fob on
handsome.
his car.
He just walked into the audition. Went, toot, toot. No, but he went into the audition. He was supposed to be playing an English person, and in it he ad-libbed the line where she says, "You don't understand." She called me a Pocky.
Yeah.
He says, "I'm Irish. I do know how much that hurts." That was ad-libbed, and they were like, "Write him in and make him Irish."
Great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good job, Jonathan.
Is the actor also Irish?
Yes.
I
Okay,
believe
good.
so. Yeah. That would be weird.
That would be so weird.
He's like, listen, I'm going to
ad-lib.
play this Irish. Okay. That'd be a bold move
Yeah.
for sure.
Got bold features.
Good God.
There is not a stick of butter that's safe.
I want to talk about Tony and the Tossers.
Hell yes. Let's talk about Tony and the Tossers.
Where are you get? Because did they call them tossers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I was like, where are you getting tossers from?
Can we just backtrack?
Please.
That Tony is Jess's
Yes.
BFF.
Yes. Who like a lot of her family are like, oh, you should just date Tony. Or like,
Yeah,
even
marry
like,
him.
oh, Tony seems to like you. Like you should, aren't you going to try that out or whatever?
Yeah, but
I even said she should date Tony.
He's a nice boy.
Tony's a
Very
nice
nice.
boy.
And he's like super supportive of her playing soccer. Like
Yeah.
he always wants her to play with them in the park.
Yeah. With him and his friends.
I guess.
Friends
His
suck.
mates. Yeah, who suck.
Ugh.
Yeah.
They're like, but they're also great. I love
Yeah.
them because they're like the epitome of like little boys.
Yes.
Like they're not little
shitty-
boys. They're
Teens.
teens,
Shitty
maybe,
teen
or 20-year-olds,
dudes.
but they're just like always wrestling and having their shirts off and calling each other wankers.
Yeah,
And like if a woman is ever nearby, they just like turn into creeps.
Yeah,
Well,
like-
they're always creeps the whole
It's-
time. but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
Like,
There's that great moment where like
Muppets.
like the other they're totally like Muppets. Yeah, there's a great scene that like establishes kind of their whole vibe and the vibe of her sister's sort of semi frenemies,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Where the three of them are like just on a bench talking about it's like, oh, he's so fit. Oh, they're like just talking. And like as when it cuts back to them, like, yes, like he's pretty, he's in good shape and his shirt's up, but he's also just like doing some like weird he's just like martial arts. He's just doing like kick. And he like tosses one of his friends. And they're like completely ignoring that part. Just like, oh my God, he's so fit. He's got 6-pack.
Isn't it? Yay.
The accents are incredible in this movie.
Wow.
They do say in it a lot
It
in
was
this movie.
a joy.
Yeah.
They say in it. They say blimey at one point, which was a surprise.
A lot of bloody.
I mean,
Yeah.
how could you not with this sort of tension?
Yeah.
But Tony has a beautiful arc as well. He's, supportive
Tony.
friend that plays soccer, and he's like not a wanker.
Yeah.
But then when she like reveals that she has a crush on a white boy,
Yes.
he also reveals his big secret that he's gay.
By saying he also likes Beckham.
Really
likes Beckham.
Yeah.
And I was worried Jesse wasn't going to be supportive enough.
Me too.
Borderline. Watch yourself, counselors.
Yes.
How I feel about her reaction. Anyway.
But I think it was realistic, and it did keep us in suspense.
She did okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
that she,
2002, in a culture that's maybe not as open-minded to that at the time, she did okay.
But I love that he never said the words, and she never said. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like it was.
They didn't have to they didn't feel like they had to like spoon feed it to you.
Yeah, like,
At that point, when Tony puts himself out there with his good friend Jess, she says, it's like, oh, I can't imagine like what those tossers would say if you told them.
Yeah.
And she's right, because we've seen them and they
would not be supportive.
they're not,
No.
they would at least be, even if they were supportive, they would be very immature about it.
Yeah.
And maybe not realize how shitty they're being for this very delicate moment.
Might be too dumb to even understand.
That's, maybe. They just like try to
They'd
use
be
this
like, yeah, we really like David Beckham too.
idiot.
Then they just punch each other in the nuts or something.
Oh, quick shout out to the first time we meet them where they're giving Jess shit like they always do. And she just slams the ball into one of their groins and then just leaves.
Right, the Buster Browns.
Great
So good.
accent.
What?
Buster Brown.
Buster Browns.
But like the British equivalent.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Brown. Sir Buster Brown, isn't it? Roy in the beef eater.
Oh, it's
Right in the
Sir
beef
Brown.
Wow. Oh my God. This is the most coherent episode we've ever done. You're welcome.
It's well past Molly Midnight. Anyway, Tony then tries to fall on the sword later at the very end of the movie.
We were nervous. Beth and I think were having the same thought.
So scared that he was about to be like, "You'll be okay because I'm about to out myself."
Yeah, I thought he was like, everybody pay attention to me and my thing that you're concerned about. But no,
Yeah.
it was
because she gets accepted to USC. I guess the coach can just make handshake deals for college admission.
As
The
I've
scout?
seen a lot of movies, and that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The coach says 2 words to you, nods, shakes your hand, and you've got the scholarship.
Yeah.
And we know that he is American because he's wearing
Looks
a ball cap.
American.
He's got a big puffer vest on.
Yeah. Because, because of the weather.
Yeah, so cold.
Foggy London
On that
town.
side of the pond.
Yeah.
She gets offered a place at USC.
Full scholarship.
Not USC. That's
Santa
University of
Clara.
South. Yeah, Santa Clara. But Jesse's saying like, my parents will never let me go if I'm, before I get married.
Yep.
So he's about to be like, we're going to get married.
But she must go to college wherever she wants.
Yeah. And he tricks her dad into it. He says, of course. And then the trap is sprung.
But
Jesse
Has
She's
integrity.
tired of lying.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Because she finally knew joy when her dad knew that she had gone to play.
Yeah.
Then her fucking dad has
my God.
one of his like 12 incredibly real moments.
This is the
So
one where I
good.
was on the verge of
Me
tears.
too.
Yeah.
He
Good dad.
goes to get a drink and like that. I feel like this is the dad equivalent of unlocking your car, where he just like goes to refresh his drink and kind of just like leans on the wet bar for a second and
Loose
then
tumbler
turns
of brown alcohol.
and then turns and comes back. And then he talks about once again his experience with those people.
Yeah, which
Kicked
that
it.
was what I learned. He played cricket. I did not know what fastballer referred to earlier.
I
in the
actually
movie.
didn't either. That's a good point.
Okay, I don't know what sport that is, but I get the gist.
Yeah. And he basically says, like, I said I would never play again. And he essentially says, like, it sucked. And I just, like, never allowed myself to feel that joy again.
Yeah.
And who hurt from that.
Yeah.
Yes.
He suffered from it.
Only he.
Yeah.
Only he suffered from their
And
shitty
who
actions.
does he not want to suffer?
His sweet children.
And then what does her mom say? It was so funny where she like kind of begrudgingly accepted it.
Well,
Oh yeah, like at
she
least
can make a Indian dinner.
At least she knows a full Indian
Full
dinner.
dinner.
The rest
That
is
was
up
like
to
the
God.
main thing she wanted to teach her when she was worried. She was like not
Make
putting herself out there.
gobi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Good job, parents.
Yeah.
Fuck, Dad got real as hell there.
He did.
Multiple times, but that one especially was hit hard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Speaking of real as hell, there's a really beautiful moment in the film where she talks about a scar she has on her leg. It's so well done.
Yeah.
It's charming and sweet and vulnerable. And it turns out it was written in because the actress actually had that scar, and that exact situation is what happened to her that she describes in the film.
Yeah.
Wow.
She doesn't want to wear the kit shorts because she doesn't like to show her legs, and it's
Yeah.
because she has some burn scars on one of her legs.
Yeah.
For when she was a kid,
Well, that's nice that
Put
they
her
just
off.
threw that in there.
beans and toast.
That was a good
forever.
line.
That
It
was
was a solid
so
line.
I wonder
good.
if his scar is real.
Oh, I don't know.
Whoa.
It was so weird because they cut to a leg and it was really close
Right.
up that I was
Yeah.
like, is that just like the camera
It
person's
might be
leg?
somebody's
it's like,
leg.
oh yeah, I got that surgery back in. My dad has that scar. That's how knee
Really?
surgery used to be before we got all those cool tiny little robots that can just
Oh.
get in there.
Wow.
Just get in
Just
there.
get in there.
They get in there.
They do get
It's
in there.
wild to think about where medicine will go with like nanobots and
Oh,
stuff.
man.
Do you think they'll just have like little interlocking nanobots that form like a little mesh to
Yes.
like replace your knee and stuff? It's just wild to think
Get
about.
in there.
Maybe not knee, but
3D
maybe like
print
a-
knee from inside you.
Maybe like a wall of a vessel, like a blood vessel.
Oh, or to
something.
fix a because they already use mesh for
Some
like a
tears,
hernias.
right?
Yeah, and tears.
Yeah.
Hernia. Yeah, my barber
I
got
just
hernia
like-
surgery from a robot.
Oh.
Well, doctor was controlling the robot.
Oh,
Doctor.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, this sounds like an amazing encounter with your barber.
Vaudeville.
It's like,
go
oh,
ahead.
hey, how you doing? Oh, yeah, robot did surgery on me. You want a 3 or a 2?
I mean, he said there was a human controlling it, but it wasn't in the same room as him.
Oh,
Somewhere
weird.
in the
What?
hospital.
So there was no other human in the room with
I
him?
think there was like nurses or whatever,
Okay,
Oh,
just like,
my
but not the
belly
doctor,
button
not
just
the
hurts
surgeon.
thinking about this.
oh, that's wild.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
The surgeon's probably near the room, right?
For sure.
I think it's got to
It's
be
probably
on
just
the
like-
same network.
My guess is that it's
It's
like
probably just like a
it's
big
probably,
window, right?
Yeah, safer that way.
And a
'cause
monitor.
Then you don't have human contamination within the
Yeah.
room.
Oh,
Is that what it's
sure.
going to be like? It's going to be like drone strikes and stuff where like your
Drone strike.
doctor could be anywhere in the world
Whoa.
with like
You're
some
blowing my mind.
joystick and shit.
I mean, that might.
Like Mayo Clinic can do surgery anywhere.
Well, I mean, you
mean-
got to get the internet to work better first.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, once Elon Starlink is up and
Oh,
running.
That dude.
That guy sucks.
Uh,
that is
that
the
is
stance
canon.
of this podcast.
That's right.
That guy sucks.
yeah. Speaking of cool surgery robots, check out, I don't know, Google like laparoscopic origami or some shit. It's wild.
Oh yeah. I've
Oh,
seen
wow.
And I just want to. So all of this really brings
Yes.
us back to the movie we watched,
Bend It
Bend It
Like
Like Beckham.
Got it.
We promised in the first half
Yes.
that we would discuss at length, if necessary, Keira Knightley's filmography.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so started with Coming Home, 1998,
Never heard
and
of
then
it.
Never heard of
Oliver Twist,
Oh.
99.
Wow.
Then her major motion picture debut in the space opera epic Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, as Padme Amidala's handmaiden.
Wow.
And then after that, she portrayed
Your
the daughter
movies.
of Robin Hood
Okay.
in
Prince of
Prince
Thieves?
of Thieves.
Oh, wow.
And all of that before, and then very next year, it was Pirates of the Caribbean.
Wow.
Wait, that was pre-Beckham? Was Pirates? Or where is Beckham in that?
That seems.
How old is she in
She would have
Pirates?
been way too young for that, right?
Oh boy, I
Oh.
should have done a better job. No, but okay.
She's 16 in 2002?
So, okay, so she's in Star Wars, and then at some point, Bend It Like Beckham happens. And then at some point, the Pirates movie happens. But we're not clear on that. Is that where we're at? At least we've placed her in terms of Star Wars.
Yeah.
We know that was her first big old
Star Wars first.
Star Wars first,
Yes.
big production.
Yes.
George says, "You're Natalie the Portman."
Portman. George has your Portman now. Soccer related later.
Oh, Okay, all right. And then she portrayed Robin Hood, Prince of
Yep.
Thieves, 2001, and her first starring role, and earning her breakthrough by playing teen tomboy footballer in sports comedy Bend It Like Beckham, 2002, and then after that,
Okay.
Some amount of time.
no, okay, all right. So,
What is happening?
Okay, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Okay,
Do it,
When
Dan.
did the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie come out?
Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl was released on July 9th, 2003.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was
Okay.
after. Oh, and so in 2003 was Love Actually. So that is an action-packed
Wow, what a-
few years.
She's like 17 in this?
She blew up, man.
No. 2000. Oh. No.
She's probably 18. Gotta be, right?
Yeah. If you recall, I think I'm pretty sure.
well,
18.
Yeah, I'm pretty
she
sure we
was
watched Love
16
Actually.
in 2001.
Okay.
So 17, 18 in 2003?
Yeah, so probably in the scene where Walking Dead is using the cue cards, like what happens, we were so distracted by how dumb that scene is
Yeah.
that we missed the little graph on the bottom that says she's 18, by the way. It's fine.
Please don't be creeped out. It's okay. Oh.
Wow. Yeah.
God, I hate that movie.
I really, and you know, it's awful because there are people I love in my life who will say, "Oh, do you watch Love
Every
Actually
Christmas.
every Christmas?"
yeah.
And I just want to be like, that is a toxic, horrifying movie. But I don't say that because I'm not mean,
That's right.
but I want to be.
Let it
Don't
be
listen to this podcast, those people.
Let it be known the position of this podcast is Molly is not mean,
She's not mean.
but she wants to be. And I think the record shows that to very much be the case.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Boy.
So my bet is correct that we would all be surprised at how young she was in a lot
Yeah.
of her movies.
I'm surprised.
Wow.
Great job. Good career.
Let's talk about a beautiful moment that happened in the room. It was a metatextual podcast moment in which, again, as a tradition in this movie, Paula and Keira Knightley just walk up to what seems like a very touching, important moment in her sister's wedding.
God,
Like she
yes.
is like, it's kind of solemn. There's like a little bit of some like sacred energy to it where she's like leaving the reception or whatever. Keira Knightley just like runs up and hugs her sister, which like Jess seems fine with it, but also it's just like,
It's a
all
little
right.
bit. Come on.
And then Paula, her mother, who's been having concerns the entire movie that her daughter is gay because she has a very limited view. One, she has a very limited view on sexual preference in general, but also just a very limited view of like what a
Fashion?
lesbian could be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
And also, like, what female friendship affection can look like.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So she comes up into the business of the wedding and just is like talking very loudly, accusing them of being lesbians and like, how could she, I don't know, lie or something. And then shout out MVP to like, I don't know, someone's grandma, maybe one of the old women at the wedding. She is just like, I thought she was a Pisces or something. It doesn't matter. We saw her earlier, like trying to get up on the head of the band at the wedding reception, and she rules in every scene she's in.
Another grandma's like, she's not Lebanese. We're Indian.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
All the old women at the wedding absolutely crushed in this movie.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So Keira Knightley correctly at this point is like, let's get the fuck out of here. Not in those words, but basically just like pushes her mom back to the car.
Yeah.
Right? They're driving home.
It's a tight shot.
It's a tight shot. They're having an important but awkward conversation. At some point, Keira Knightley is very intensely looking at her mom, understandably so. At some point, Dan shouts to the TV, "Eyes on the road, Keira." And we had to be like, no. We're in England. It's fine.
I forgot.
But in your defense, like the way movies have taught us how car rides are shot,
Yeah.
that's usually the angle they're shot at. So like
That's true.
the person in the background is generally the one driving.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because
So,
when
you know.
it's the opposite way, it usually absolutely. Wow.
Is that because you want to be driving to the right
Oh.
in the shot?
I thought you were talking about in England.
No, like as you look at the car, forward is to the right because time.
Oh, yeah, probably.
I don't know. Really?
I don't know. I could
don't
see
know.
it. That feels like one of those weird, like the language of films thing you'd get in
Yeah.
a textbook in college.
Now I'm going to look at it every time.
Yep.
My guess is it's just easier to get the camera on the non-driver side.
Oh, that's a good point.
Why?
Because there's
because
not.
there's not a driver there.
Yeah, you could cut back. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
But they didn't do that.
No, it was just a tight shot.
That's because
I
the
even got a
director is
little
so
disoriented
fucking good.
because you didn't see either of them holding
Yes.
the wheel. I think was the more disorienting.
Which is another
thing.
point in Dan's favor of just like, it was
Is that-
confusing.
and I even had a moment where it's like, wow, it seems like she should. Oh, that's right, she's the passenger.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think typically they show you the wheel.
Anyway, it freaked me out.
Also, most of the time, they're just on a flatbed truck.
And I want to say I'm really
Movie
proud
magic.
of Dan. There were a couple. There was a big disconnect shot from people talking to suddenly we were outdoors.
yeah.
There was loud music
Yeah.
and a soccer montage.
Yeah.
Fast cuts.
And Dan
Big
held
young
it
people.
together.
Yeah. Young people, fast cut
It was
energy.
a 2002 young person movie
Yeah.
with a montage that was quick.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
why did Dan say it was
Yeah,
easier to watch?
Why was that, Dan?
Because we were outside. The shots were outside. It didn't feel as...
No further questions.
It makes sense to me. I don't think I need to explain it at all. I can't trap you outside.
Oh my God.
They can't trap you.
Who's they?
The teens?
Teens. You run away in any direction.
I didn't know that you were afraid of being trapped
I didn't
by the
either.
I didn't until just
know
now.
that it could catch you. You can't outrun a teen.
So we're they are the apex predators of human beings, no question. So what we're learning retroactively is the reason you get so stressed out by all these 90s high school movies is because you're like, oh my God, I'm trapped in the hallway with all these teens.
I think that must be it.
Okay.
I don't know which way's out.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, when you're outside, every way's out.
Listen, and you know what? Every school is designed differently, so like you don't know where the exits are. Right?
Yeah,
you could
plus-
be in that weird like half-second floor, for example, that I'm not pulling from any specific building I spent formative years in, where you're just in a place that is technically not going anywhere. It's just like a weird half platform between floors where there's like 4 classrooms, and anytime you think about it, you get a little weird and you need to stop and just don't look out the windows.
No, you know, California, we don't have indoor hallways.
Of course not. No, of course. Well, you got to be able to. You got to be able to.
Outdoors.
Well, you got to be able to pick your lunch right off the tree, right? As you're walking.
Exactly. Yeah.
You got to harvest.
Skateboarding
You got
by.
to harvest your lunch
Yeah.
on the way to class.
Cowabunga.
Hop
Yeah,
off your
bro.
skateboard onto
Yeah.
your surfboard.
Yeah,
right.
that's
Oh,
right.
of course, right.
Into the ocean for
gym class.
Yeah.
I assume.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got an A+ in sun.
That's right.
Totally. Who didn't at that in sunny California? Eh? I will give, just to make it seem like we're not just all dragging on Dan and that he's a freak.
Well,
There was a moment. Wow, Molly. There was a moment during the wedding where this guy that ruled because he was just like, he had incredible facial hair and was dancing up a storm. He got a little too forward with Jess and it
Yeah.
kind of lost some points. But in that exact same scene, there's a point where, again, because the director knows what the fuck they're doing,
Yep.
there's a shot where Jess is like, just kind of like in the rightmost fraction of the screen, and there's just human bodies filling the rest of the frame. And I think I
Yes.
even said out loud, like, I have social anxiety, like by proxy, just
Yeah.
watching her in this moment.
Yeah.
it was really claustrophobic. It was
Yeah.
so beautifully done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there is one like really chaotic scene, and I'm pretty sure what happened is the camera. There's somebody with like a giant like camera, professional camcorder, 2002 style, who's filming the entire wedding. I am 99% sure what happened is he filmed a couple making out.
Yeah.
Because what you see is them in the hall, you know, there's all this frenetic and fun wedding activity happening, and then it cuts to a back hallway with people fighting over the camera.
Yes. So
And I
is
don't
that
know-
the couple that was in the bathroom
That was
when
making
her
out in
mom
the
was looking
bathroom
for
when
her?
her mom was looking. I think
Okay.
that's what happened.
That makes the most sense. I think the problem was we were so focused on the mom and we're just like, oh, somebody's making out. But also like we only saw the back of the dude's head.
Yeah.
So like unless you were like really clocked into exactly what shirt he was wearing, I think that maybe would have helped us understand the scene.
No, for sure. But I think it just really fed into the whole chaotic and joyful and wild energy of the whole thing.
Speaking
Yeah.
of joyful wild energy, the soundtrack fucking slaps in this
Oh,
movie.
man.
Holy shit.
Go out, okay, pause what you're doing.
Yes.
Come back here. But first,
Yes.
also while you're doing this, just pull up the soundtrack. to this movie.
Internet.com.
Internet.com.
Bend It Like Beckham
Music.
soundtrack, music. subscription service.
Yeah.
If
.com.
you use that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dot money.
Dot royalties are minimal.
But yeah, it slaps. It's hard.
But it is so good. And every single song, I was like, yes. Even Hot, 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 which is not normally my favorite song, was the song for the montage at the end of everybody in the cast dancing.
And it was like
scenes.
it was like a fun like Punjab cover of it.
And I feel like women directors nail this so hard and think ahead. Because I feel like in movies
you mean like the preparation to
by
get
women,
those scenes?
to think
Yeah,
about,
dude.
we're gonna at the end do a montage to X song, right? Whether it's whatever Hooly Booly, I think at the end of Clueless. No, Hey Mickey at the end of not Clueless, at the end of Bring It On.
Yeah.
Or Hot, Hot, Hot from this movie. They filmed all the way through and then assembled it. You have to think ahead.
This one even had the crew involved.
Oh, it was incredible. And the writer-director, it was beautiful.
It was cool.
You know what? Just please everyone go see this movie.
Looks like they had fun making that movie.
It really did.
Yeah.
I don't know if they did, but it sure looked like it.
Let's hope so.
I hope so too.
Beth feels differently.
No, I agree.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to say, I mean, I know this is before really good goss made it into Wikipedia.
Yeah.
But the Wikipedia entry for this movie is so boring.
Oh.
How do you
That-
know?
Be-
Got her.
oh, man. I did take a look at it.
Molly took a look
Wikipedia.org.
feeling org.
$2 from each person on the website.
I think it's 3.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Sorry, Wikimedia Foundation.
Sorry,
Yep.
Jimmy.
And thank you, patrons, for helping to fund the recording of all of these Wikipedia songs.
Yeah.
The studio time is expensive.
I think for this episode, I found the perfect one.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
good. I can't wait to hear what it
Amazing.
is.
Yeah.
Yep. Speaking of patrons, we put out a call to them on Discord,
Oh.
our exclusive text-based chat
Wow.
Wow. Patreon.com/TotesRecall.
platform. Yep. We asked for questions and comments, Q's and C's on the night of the record tonight.
Oh.
And
Way to date the podcast.
and here they are. Fra comments. I remember there being some mentions of cricket, which I guess Americans can cope with since it's similar to baseball in some ways. Okay.
It's a great C.
There is a helpful
C is for cricket.
and there is a helpful moment of them playing cricket just to remind you, like, this is what Dad was talking about, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, and it's so sweet because the dad is playing with
Joe.
Joe.
Who we learn fucking rocks a cable knit sweater.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that's
God.
very
Just
good.
when you have gotten over
Yes.
and you've forgotten how handsome he is and they've said bye in the airport and your mindset rightly readjusts to the two women main characters
Yes.
as they freeze frame on them waving goodbye because you have to end a sports movie
Incredible.
with a freeze frame.
Incredible.
You're like, great, you've just recovered from that. And then they show that man, first of all, playing cricket with his future father-in-law. Let's
We
just
don't
be
know
honest.
that. Come on, we don't know that.
That's what
We're
he's
pretty
angling
sure.
for.
That's what he's angling for, but
He's angling.
she's going to be in America for at least 4 years.
I know she'll fall
You don't think
for
she's
somebody
going to meet
else,
some
but
hot soccer Californian?
Ooh, also, her closest relative is in Canada. She's meeting Ryan Gosling. He's fucked. Joe is fucked.
Wow.
so handsome.
The Reference Machine comments, hell yeah!
Oh,
That movie is delightful, as far as I remember.
great.
Yeah, accurate.
Accurate.
I agree.
Spoiler alert. I think they're right.
Yep. Eric Ostrom says, I love that movie. This Q's and C's is going great.
It sure is.
Thanks, Eric.
So much positivity.
All C's so far. I love it.
Yeah.
Ben Miss comments, I moved to LA about the same time as David Beckham, and he was also my first LA celebrity sighting.
Wow.
Go on.
I remember liking the movie, and I wonder if it holds up, but I'm guessing you covered that.
I would like to cover more in depth on this.
Meeting David Beckham.
Yeah,
in
well,
Los
the
Angeles.
sighting. Please call. Please call our phone number.
612-809.
The last 4 letters don't matter, but
You
I
do.
thought we'd all say it.
Oh, you usually do it.
Oh,
And then we say Tooties and Putt.
oh, The last four letters don't matter, but you do.
Totes and Putts.
612-208-9788 is the actual number. Feel free to call, specifically BenViz. Please tell us about your sighting.
And listen, if there are other celebrity sightings you just want to tell us about.
Absolutely.
And I will say this. If we get at least 3 phone calls,
Here we go.
I will tell you about a celebrity sighting with Oprah Winfrey,
What?
Dan Rather,
What?
Wow.
and that guy from that guy from a police procedural.
We get at least 3 calls and we'll reveal who the third person is.
He's got grayish hair. You'd recognize him.
Jerry Orbach? The other guy?
I think it's him or the other guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll look it up. But the point is, call in with your celebrity sightings.
Yeah.
I would just look. It would make my day.
Yeah. Even if they're shitty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, better. It's even better.
It's true. Let's bring them down a peg.
Yeah.
But if at least one is good, I'll talk about the time I saw Jeff Garland.
Who?
Oh.
Garland?
Yeah, sure.
No,
was a
Jeff
Christmas-
Garland.
Oh, sure. The famous...
The famous Christmas historian.
Hey, he's known for...
Who is Jeff Garland?
Justin Garland, right?
Yeah, Justin.
Jeremy.
Justin Garland.
What? Are we just saying names?
Now we are, yes.
Jeff Garland is probably best known for being in Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, that
He's
guy.
the guy who's not Larry.
Oh.
Does that help?
Yeah, that did help. That was
Yeah.
perfect.
I saw him.
Okay.
That's great. That's great. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
I'll talk about when I saw Peter Jennings smoking a pipe in Edinburgh.
Oh, wow.
Even though I mostly told the entire story, but there's a delightful reaction from one of the women who was with me.
Ooh, I also saw Colin Firth.
Oh,
That was spicy.
That one you don't
Wow.
That was eye contact.
Ooh,
And a little
Molly.
knowing nod.
Was he wearing the full penguin makeup? Oh wait, no, I was
No.
thinking of the wrong Colin.
Wrong
Damn
guy.
it.
Come on.
Was
That would've been
he-
amazing.
Did he whisper, I'm Mr. Darcy?
No, but he was so tall.
Is he tall?
He's even more handsome and more tall.
Is
in
he a tall
person.
boy?
didn't
I
he
don't
was a
know,
tall
but
boy.
he felt tall.
Oh, nice.
He seemed tall.
All right.
I did not touch him. I'm not weird. But we did make eye contact and give a knowing glance.
I thought you were going to say makeup for
Conspiratorial.
a second.
Well, no, that would
Conspiratorial.
be
He was
forward.
your agent you met? You did a dead drop with him?
Oh my God, she's a Kingsman.
Oh, wow.
She doesn't work for either of
She's
the.
the Kingsman.
She's a Kingsman.
The
Right?
King's
That's right,
Speech,
Colin,
am I
right?
right?
Did I
think
finally
so.
get it right, Colin?
I think so.
Okay. Whew.
Yeah. All right. Our rating scale is...
Ooh, call in for your own call.
There it is.
There it is.
we're
We got
so
there.
good at this.
There was a purpose to that whole thing.
That's right.
That's right. We got there. Okay. Well, our rating scale is small mouth big
Right.
dreams, which
I'm
is
so sorry.
Keira Knightley as a full adult,
Yes.
her bass fishing show that she
Yes.
has.
Also, it sounds like, honestly, like this window of time in her career.
Yeah.
She did like 8 movies in like 4 years.
Yeah, she just
Incredible.
chill out and catch some small or big mouth bass.
Yeah.
That's her dream.
It is.
She's never caught a fish before.
Oh,
And this is her journey
great.
into
Wow.
becoming a fisherwoman.
Person.
Dan, you're first, as we all know. You predicted a 4. Here we go. You knew about it.
Uh-huh.
You thought
Dan,
it was
it's always you reading your notes is
darling.
always like you're hearing something fourth hand or you're pulling it out of a seance. Like it's never just you read it.
Yeah.
It's like so much. It's 90% interpretation.
You really think someone else would have been like, I'll take notes after 10 years?
No, hell no. I love this.
This is a real
I love this every
exercise.
time.
Part of it.
This is great content for an audio medium. Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Listeners, one of my giant legs just hit the leg of the table that we're at and wrote
This is absolute chaos.
vibrated the entire setup. Oh, I almost bent the table like Beckham, right?
Yeah.
I know what bend it means now.
Yeah, you get it.
Darley capture.
Oh my God.
Darling.
Darley capture.
What is that? Are you reading?
Molly, it's me, Mr. Darley capture. I'm here to take you away.
I'm of the kinsman.
Kingsman.
I think it does say capture at the end.
Yeah. It maybe captured your imagination. Would that
Oh,
be?
I think I was saying that it must have captured the imagination of many of my peers
Oh, yeah.
because I knew what it was and that it was well received at the time.
It was an indie darling.
Indie Darling.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is. is.
Hot
Yep.
face or whatever
Right?
it was.
I might have made it
No, we
hot
definitely.
face.
What did he say earlier that I wrote? I wrote hit face, but he thought it was like hot fart.
Yeah,
or something.
yeah, hot free.
Hot free, of course.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's Indy right there.
Okay.
Anyone can see Indy, darling. Capture.
I'll give Molly a minute to.
Let's go. We gotta wrap this up.
Sorry, it's Danny. It's Dan Midnight for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I thought it must be pretty good because it was so well received. Indie Darling. I loved it. I was so delighted by how complex the story itself is pretty straightforward, like the general premise of the movie, but like the relationships between all the main characters were surprisingly layered and complex, and it touched on a surprising amount of subject matter in a like good way. Like it didn't feel like anything was like tacked on. It was just like, oh, you gotta make a comment about, some movies. I don't know. I feel like some movies, especially in the 2000s, are sometimes like, we have to comment on this because of whatever, the internet or something. And it just feels like they tacked it on. But this all was like very organically brought into the plot. I thought it was great. 5, tight mouth.
Not tight
Nope.
enough.
No.
Small mouth, big dreams.
Oh my God.
Which is a bass fishing show?
Yes, because there's smallmouth and there's largemouth bass.
Which are the dreams?
They're big dreams.
I guess her dream is
The
to catch
fish
a
or the
smallmouth.
dreams?
What?
The fish or the dreams?
Okay, it is actually almost real midnight right
Beth
now.
goes second.
fish or
We
the
all
dreams.
love it. The fish or the dreams. We're all very tired.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Beth, you gave it 4. More interesting than child. I believe that means you thought it would be more interesting now
Yes,
than when you were a child.
absolutely what it means.
That's actually a pretty clear note.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah.
Wow. The fish are dreams. More interesting than child.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I really liked this movie. I thought it was very enjoyable. I thought it was well shot. It was interesting
totally.
to watch. And I'm going to say 4.5.
Yay. So one of them's a catch and release bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an even smaller
Catches a perch or something.
Like too small.
Yeah.
That's a thing, right? Like, oh,
gotta
this
send it
bass
back.
mouth is too small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw it back.
All right. I predicted a 4, and I just wrote sports.
Yeah.
I
I think you said you like a sports movie.
like a sports movie. I honestly would have liked more sports.
Sure.
I feel like
What?
the shots of the sporting didn't communicate the intensity of a sports match as well as I would have liked.
Sure.
There was a montage that was so good. I shouted out, "This montage is incredible," and everyone in the room agreed with me except for you.
I don't remember which montage. you're talking about.
They like
The training one where they're all in sports bras?
no. Okay, first of all, we gotta circle back and talk about this. But no, like there's all this like showing of all the effort, and then this woman like casually wipes blood
yeah,
off
that
her
was
leg,
badass.
and it was so cool.
Sure. But
You wanted more of that.
I didn't feel the intensity of the game.
I see.
I'm sorry
see
I
what
have
you
a
mean.
different opinion than you.
I see what you
it's
mean,
weird.
especially for that last match.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's true. Okay,
The last
fair.
match definitely was like,
Because she shows up halfway through the match.
yeah. And I
Well,
guess at
there's
that
like
point,
a half hour left.
And you
which
don't
is-
really know what the score is at all.
Yeah, you sure do. Come on.
I guess at that point, it's more about like the joy that her and Jules are feeling getting to play together again. But I do agree, like if it's like the big game, maybe
Yeah.
there could have
Yeah.
been a little more. Really, like what you got to do is you have to watch one of the 18 fucking versions of Any Given Sunday where Oliver Stone couldn't stop himself. He's like, oh, what if I did another like overly dramatic montage of slow motion football while Al Pacino yells in the background?
Yeah.
Let me cut that again. I want a different cut of that.
Great.
Fine.
So I'm sticking with 4.
Great.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a bit, but
Could have used more sports.
could use more
Your
sports.
heart is as hard as
Oh my
salted
God,
butter.
Molly.
4. 4's a good rating.
Four's a great rating.
Not for this treasure.
Wow.
It's no Homeward Bound.
Okay. Oh God.
I think
That
it's
was a
all,
weepy
just
over.
don't even bring that up.
I think True Totes have to recall that Dan has given far worse scores to movies that you were very mad at him for. So 4 is pretty good.
Okay, that's fair.
All right. Molly, you gave it a 5, and
It was
I might say
Beelzebub.
Dave or Dune.
Dune.
Maybe Dare. You're gonna dare
Oh.
to
Dare to dream.
dare to dream. Maybe sure.
Maybe.
Dream.
Yeah.
Maybe I was feeling daring because I was worried that my heart would be on the line because I love this film so much.
You did say you were going to be Beelzebub Teabag Beckham or something.
But it sounded better in my brain.
Yeah.
But I was bold. I was
Totally.
real bold. And you know what? I'm not backing down.
Yeah, not like Dan.
Yeah, not like Dan.
Wait, you just kept your score, right?
Becking down.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. We all enjoyed that.
It was a real beckoning.
There's high fives all around, right, Dan?
Yeah. Everybody was high
Beth
fiving
probably
you.
cut them out. but
Yeah.
They were there.
Yeah. We're trying to, we got to cut this down for time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are too many of them.
And in
Too many
case anyone's been on the edge of your seat, it definitely passed the Bechdel Wallace, probably in more ways than most films we have ever seen.
Yes. And even in the worst way, where Keira Knightley just shouts, "You bitch," at one point.
Yeah.
The
It was
full.
at that moment that Dan said it passed.
Yes. The full Total Recall, the bad one version of the
Yes.
Bechdel Wallace attempt.
Didn't pass the Beckham Wallace test.
That's true. The Beckham.
Beckham-
What the fuck is her last name?
Talks to Beelzebub Wallace.
Victoria.
Spice.
Beckham.
Sport. No, before that though, because they weren't.
It was. She's.
Were they
she's
already together,
famous.
or were they already married when they shot this movie?
That's what I think in the first half I said that they weren't together yet, but they do mention both of them. So
Yeah.
they are.
And the two extras playing them at the end are together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Victoria
Spice.
Hold on.
Posh.
Posh.
Schmictoria.
Victoria Schmictor.
Caroline Beckham Adams. Posh
Victoria
Spice.
Adams.
Sure.
Victoria Adams. That seems
Do-do-do-do.
correct.
Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do.
Whoop. There it is. Adam's family.
Scores 1-1.
1-1. He said 1-0.
1-1.
It's England, Molly, and it's football.
I'm Turbo Dog.
No, you're the other one.
I'm Feisty Dog.
Feisty dog. There we go.
Turbo Dog's taking a snooze. I'm here to tell you the moral of the story is teamwork and respect others' cultures.
Okay.
And also, isn't it a shame that American women's soccer went away for a while after this movie came out?
That is a shame.
Oh, I'm getting tired. I'm going to go Feisty Dog out.
All right. Bye, Feisty dog.
Feisty dog.
Was Feisty Dog drinking a little bit?
I mean, Feisty dog, we don't know how long they've been riding that recumbent bicycle to and fro. So they could just be very tired.
This was just established on our bonus content that not everyone.
Not out yet.
Oh, that's right. Won't even come out until after this
Call
episode.
forward for
I
Molly.
tried to go Turbo Dog.
No, Molly, this is great. You're selling it. Patreon.com/Let's Recall. If you want to know the origins of Feisty Dog, check out our bonus content. Yeah, exactly. This is the new fucking Joe Prada.
Yeah.
Top character.
Tired or drunk.
Recumbent bicycle dog. Who is apparently very antagonistic towards Turbo Dog. Not even a mention of Jetpack Dog, so who knows what's going on there.
It's like Russian nesting dolls.
Totally.
Oh,
It's dogs all the way down.
Nesting dogs.
Oh.
Hot. Now we cut to the producer also singing the song. Now we cut to Feisty Dog and Turbo Dog sticking his head out of the trunk of the car singing hot. No, you're Jetpack Dog.
No, I'm the wrong dog.
Jetpack Dog, no! Come back!
Bring back the bicycle.
Oh, Jetpack Dog stole Feisty Dog's bicycle.
I don't know
That's
anymore.
why they have a bad
Oh,
relationship.
Beth, make it stop.
Totes Recall is hosted by Molly Chase, Beth Gibbs, Dan DeQuette, and Dan Linden. Produced by Beth Gibbs. New episodes of Totes Recall drop on the 15th of every month. For more information and bonus content, visit us at totesrecall.com. Thank you so much for listening.